Welcome to Two Sides of New York. We got Mets and Yankees, but first we're going to start off with some NFL talk because in just a week from now we'll be watching some NFL football. We got the Broncos and Falcons in the Hall of Fame game, and I'm definitely looking forward for the football season. I don't know how much Reed's looking forward to it, but
I mean, I'm looking forward to Saquon Barkley getting a couple touchdowns in a few blowout games.
yeah,
No, honestly, I'm looking forward to the Giants-Patriots game. I
yeah,
think it's week 5. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to. Besides that, uh, as I saw, I know it's just a power ranking, but we are currently 31st, and I think it'll stay around that. Confidence is at a negative right now for football.
hey, yeah, you got to start somewhere. I mean, you got bottom. You could raise all the way. It's only going up for you guys. Can't go
I
down
mean,
anymore.
yeah, he could have got, defensive end or Haskins, but that's all in the past.
Yeah, we'll certainly get into some more Giants as we go on to the show. But starting off, New York Jets, Bears, and Redskins. Also, Eagles. Former quarterback Mark Sanchez retires,
He
and
was a Cowboy.
he was a Cowboy. That's correct. And Mark Sanchez, he had himself a great career with the Jets. Of course, he's going to be remembered for his butt fumble and not his two straight AFC championship appearances where he beat Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in the same playoff. The
Oh
only
yeah,
person to ever
that
do
was a
that.
sick run. I was going for the Jets that run in 2010.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate how his career went out for the Jets. I mean, the year after they did the first time they make the playoffs, they go out and get Tim Tebow, and of course that kind of messed with Mark Sanchez. Um,
I think that really ruined like
yeah, that certainly ruined his
Jets.
career. That took away all of his confidence, and then of course drafting Geno Smith a couple years later, like Mark Sanchez. Of course, the Jets had a
Hey, Geno.
great. Of course, the Jets had a great defense those years where they made it to the AFC Championship. But I mean, offensively, they had a washed up LaDainian Tomlinson, Santonio Holmes, who definitely his best years were behind him at that point, and the top target was Braylon Edwards. So I mean, for what he did with the Jets offense with those weapons, I mean, you gotta say he's one of the best Jets quarterbacks of all time, which I know is not saying much. Joe Namath, of course, is an all time great in NFL history, but Mark Sanchez, he's up there with Chad Pennington and Joe Namath and Vinny Testaverde as the best Jet quarterback of all time.
Yeah, he definitely had a couple nice runs, especially that second one. Was disappointed he wasn't able to get to that Super Bowl, but that second one was an impressive playoff run.
Yeah.
Especially that game against that drive against Indianapolis is as clutch as it gets
Oh yeah,
on
of
the
course.
road.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there were like 45 seconds left on the clock. Got us into field goal range, and we got the win, and we went on to beat the Patriots a week
You
later.
guys blew the Pats out that
I
game.
yeah, the scoreboard was closer than the game really was. We kicked their ass that game. It was a really fun game.
Yeah, and then was that Braylon Edwards who did the flips? Was he the
Yeah,
one?
yeah, it was Braylon Edwards who was doing the first. But yeah, so congratulations to Mark Sanchez. He'll be working for ESPN. The guy's funny. Do you see the videos he's been putting up with the video he put up today with Josh Norman?
No, I didn't see that, but I've seen videos of him in interviews. Like they asked him about the butt fumble, and he made a really funny comment
Yeah, the dude.
last season.
Yeah, the dude has a great sense of humor, and best of luck to him. And while everybody will remember him for the butt fumble, I'd like to remember him for those playoff runs.
Well, that's the last good memories as you had as a Jets, but the man we're about to talk about next should bring you some more.
Yep, Sam Darnold saying earlier today that you expect to see a lot more wins for the New York Jets, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy he said that because this has the feel of the Rams because Jared Goff coming off as a rookie quarterback, he did okay, like Sam Darnold did okay his rookie year, but the team is a lot like the Rams team, a really good running back with Le'Veon Bell and a very good defensive line. So I think Sam Darnold is going to make strides this year, and I think they're gonna give the Patriots a run for their money. I don't know if we'll win the division this year, but we're definitely gonna be fighting for the wild card, and it's gonna be exciting to see.
Yeah, I don't know about giving the Patriots a run for their money, but I think the whole season weighs on Le'Veon Bell, in my opinion.
Yeah, what can Le'Veon Bell do? A year away from football, I expect a little bit of rust. I think we'll see him.
Better second half than first half, I would
Yeah,
expect.
I agree with that, but I think that I think he's gonna have a more of an impact in the passing game because Sam Darnold, he's not a deep passer. He really likes those checkdowns, and with Le'Veon Bell with those great hands, I think that's where we'll see them get their most of their big plays.
Yeah, they will. It'll be tough, but against New England coming off another Super Bowl, they're going to have a lot of momentum. But who knows?
Yeah, that's why we play
Something's
him.
got to change eventually. Like,
Yeah,
it's been 20 years now.
yeah, something does have to give. So going into your football team,
Gosh.
are we allowed?
Daniel Jones, will he be quarterback competition in your opinion? I'll go next.
Well, I think there should be, but the Giants are already saying there won't be a quarterback competition.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like if this is it for Eli, you're definitely treating him nice.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Like, you got to give him at least a chance to win the job. Maybe they'll if Eli's just doing awful in
I
the
wouldn't be
regular season.
surprised if he's on the practice squad.
No, he's definitely gonna make the roster. Like,
You don't
but
think he's going to be Davis Webb 2.0?
he'll definitely get more playing time than Davis Webb. I don't know about this year, but they should definitely try to like fit him to becoming a starter this year. Because like, no offense to Eli, Hall of Fame quarterback, but it's you got to know when it's your time, especially now. Like, who are you gonna throw to this year? Like
Sterling
you
Shepard,
got Sterling Shepard, you got Golden Tate, but like, come on, you gotta
Evan
hand
Ingram.
the
I
Giants.
mean,
But it's better for the Giants if they just had Daniel Jones start this year and just throw him into the fire and see how well he could play.
yeah, see how the season's going. I mean, if it's like 0-7, throw him in there.
Yeah, of course, but
You gotta. Eli does deserve to go out right. He did a lot for this franchise. He doubled their Super Bowl total.
of,
So
of course, but arguably that was last year though. That should have been
that's true,
last
but
year.
this is the last year of his contract.
Right,
So,
right.
I
So,
mean,
but more with the Giants is their players who left that are just still wanting to talk about how bad their experience was with the Giants.
yeah, Landon Collins. Well, he says I'm not even gonna say their name
Yeah,
anymore.
he will not say Giants, but it's funny how he'll say Redskin, which that whole controversy how they should change their names, but he won't say Giants. So maybe he has a thing that they're called tall people, not giants. Like, you know how you can't say midget anymore. So it's probably something like that.
Or dwarf.
Yeah. So what do you think about this? Like, are you good? Are you? I feel like they're the Redskins, especially now that they have Hoskins. They're going to be coming for the Giants this year.
Yeah, we're gonna get destroyed by not only them but everyone else, but probably especially them in Dallas. I would suspect.
Who would you rather have win that division, the Redskins or the Cowboys?
Oh, the Redskins. The Redskins. I hate the Redskins the least out of every team in that division.
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to if they start winning, especially with Hoskins.
Oh my! Collins is gonna go hard against the Giants for the next 5 years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But OPJ, I didn't think he was gonna talk, but all these months later, he's grilling them.
Yeah, like why not do this now? Why do this now and opposed to doing it right when it happened? I guess he wanted to be as respectful as possible on his way out, but it seemed like all this was over. He was like, all right, what the Giants did to me was fucked up, but I'm moving on. But now he's just coming out with heat, saying he's the only reason why the Giants were in the spotlight. Which I agree with.
Yeah, he's completely right. I mean, I don't see Gettleman started like by chirping some stuff, so I'm not really don't blame him that much, to be honest.
Yeah, but like not you, but a lot of Giants fans.
Oh yeah, they're like good riddance.
Yeah, like they're just like really like even when like they didn't let OBJ like be himself. Like even I would say, oh, he's doing all this stuff, and I'm not a Giants fan, but like I feel like now he feels like there's like a burden lift off his shoulders, and I think like he's gonna like he played great his entire career, but I feel like he's just gonna have that like extra like get up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he's definitely confident, saying he's retiring when he passes Jerry. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. He's one of the best. Might go down as one of the best receivers of all time. Moving on to our doofus and congrats guy of the week. Who's your doofus?
My doofus of the week is who we were just talking about, the New York Giants. I mean, what a mess this franchise has become since that last Super Bowl victory. Like, you think they could have just, like, maybe gone on a dynasty. Eli could have got 3, maybe 4, but it has just been downhill. No offensive line. There's drama. Just teases. They cock tease every single game of the year. Like, if you watch a Giants game, they'll be losing and they'll almost come back. They'll be within 3, and then they lose. Every single game for the past, it's like 7 years. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
And just like all this drama. Like, I know this is like in the middle of the summer, but this is all this drama is why I'm referring, and why Collins and Odell might, like, I kind of see where they're coming from.
yeah, like, and especially like all the talent they had on the offensive side of the ball. Beckham, Shepard, now with Saquon. The Giants definitely should have been contenders like going into this year. If they kept Beckham, having Barkley and
Collins, what if, yeah, like, and or even if they traded Odell, they could have had a backfield of Collins and Peppers. Like,
yeah, like the defense, like it could have gotten better, and they could have with that offense that they have, they definitely could have made a push for the playoffs. But Gettleman, he's just I
he's
don't
worse than Jerry Reese.
yeah like and for the Giants, like throughout all these years, they were like a crown jewel of the NFL, never making mistakes like this with their personnel. But now it's just a different story. I don't like how long do you think until Gettleman gets fired?
If they have another, like, if they're drafting within the first 3 rounds, I think they're first 3 picks. I say he's gone.
Yeah. So my doofus of the week is this feud between Mets fans and Jared Kelenick's mom. Of course, Jared Kelenick is who we traded away for Edwin Diaz and Robinson Cano, who's having a great minor league year so far. So Jared Kelenick's mom says, "I don't know why Mets fans keep talking about him. You broke up with us. It's time for you guys to move on." Which is just so funny because Met fans on Twitter, like every day you'll see a Jared Kelenick joke. So, I mean, I guess it gets annoying if you're a part of Jared Kelenick's family that we're still talking about him. But I mean, it's just if we why did we trade the next Ted Williams for a washed up?
Ted Williams.
I mean, that's how they're making him seem. That's if you ask a Mets fan, they would tell you that Kelenick's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Of course, it's most of us just overreacting, but if we didn't make that trade, I think we'd be in a better position than we are right now.
Yeah, I mean, Diaz has definitely lowered the confidence of that pitching staff.
Yeah, he's been okay since the All-Star break, but just awful.
Man, Cano, he's just not been the player that you guys were expecting.
Nope, not one bit. Not this Hall of Famer that I thought we were going to be getting.
No, I mean, this current drop off, he might not get that last push if he plays like this the rest of his career.
Yeah, possibly, especially with the PEDs. So there's
seeing that he went downhill right after that season.
Yeah, so unfortunate for Robinson Cano.
So my congrats guy is going to be Luke Voigt. I don't know if you saw, but he took a 91 mile an hour fastball right in the face, and he just walks down the first.
Yeah, he
stays in the game and plays the next day.
Yeah, he ate that fastball.
He ate it. It literally hit him in the mouth.
I know. No blood either. I'm surprised by that. Like
he just spit. It was just like spit. He just was like.
Yeah, I mean, if I got hit in the face with a fastball, freaking just send me right to the emergency room. Like, there's no way.
I mean, you got to be tough. Like, literally, Mike Carlo, like, almost freaking ended his career.
Yeah,
like that.
Exactly. I mean, this didn't happen, but like Mike Carlo was probably just like, damn, like how does he just eat that? And I almost died.
I think the ball went on the DL.
Probably. especially with the Yankees with all their injuries they had this year. Uh, the ball was definitely on the injured list.
So, who is your congrats guy?
My congrats guy is a Yankee, CC Sabathia. They panned the camera over to him in the dugout, and he just packed. I think the fattest hammer of dip that I've ever seen in my entire life. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I was crying when you sent that
He
to
had
me.
like a fistful and just shoved it right into his
I'm
mouth.
surprised I didn't see that.
So the Mets off the All-Star break are 5-4 with the best starting pitching ERA and the best starting and the best bullpen ERA. Which LOL Mets were only 5-4. We should be undefeated. I think we could have won all of these games off the All-Star break. We took 2 out of 3 from the Marlins, which we should. We should have swept the Marlins, but I mean the Marlins friggin' they're so bad. Like it's embarrassing. I mean we're only a couple games ahead of them, but it's embarrassing for us. But like the Marlins, oh. I mean, I can't see any time soon where they'll be even close to a contender. But anyways, so we went into Minnesota and we kicked the Twins' ass. I know you like to hear that because you hate the Twins. So
Hate the Twins. I don't hate the
well,
Twins.
you own the Twins and you don't like when the fans try to say, oh, we're almost as good as the Yankees.
Yeah, but they went last night, and they're like acting like it's a World Series. Like that's the 7th time they beat us since 2003,
Yeah,
something like that.
but yeah. So game 1 of that series, Michael Conforto had 4 hits, and he had an outstanding catch, which he's been playing center field.
That was a nice catch. I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah, he's been playing center field since the start of the start after the All Star break, and he's been playing a great center field. Dom Smith, they moved Dom Smith to left, which has been great. I'll get to that more. So Diaz came in, saved the ball game. Game 2, Dominic Smith coming off the bench for a pinch hit 3-run homer to give us the lead. And then shortly after that, Pete Alonso hit the furthest home run that I've ever seen in my life. There's no way that ball was only 474 feet. Did you see that? It was in the third decade.
That was a missile. That
Yeah,
was a
Minnesota.
laser.
Yeah, so he's got some Mike Carlo Judge pop.
He does. I definitely would put him in the Mike Carlo, Judge, and I even put Gary with those guys.
Oh, yeah. Those 4 hit the furthest in baseball.
They
right
all
now.
play in New York.
Yeah, that's great for us. But Ahmed stays hot since May. Ahmed Rosario is batting 370, so not bad for Ahmed. His glove has gotten better, and I mean with all this talk, the Mets have a really good shortstop prospect in the pipeline right now. They're saying that he may be moving to center field shortly, but I mean we got to keep his bat in there because I really like how he's been swinging it. So moving on to the series against the Giants.
They're so hot.
Yeah, they fight to the last out. It was an awful 16-inning loss. Noah Syndergaard pitched great, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, only allowed 1 run. And in the top of the 16th, Pete Alonso hit a home run to give us the lead. And then we had Chris Mazza on in his 2nd inning of relief, which he was just out of gas. We were just out of options, and he gave up the lead. The Giants walked it off in the 16th. I mean, of course we should have won that game, but there's really you can't blame anyone for that one. Like our bullpen was just gassed. Game 2 again, DeGrom pitched great. 7 innings, only allowed 3 hits, 10 strikeouts, no runs, and we lost in the 10th inning from an error by Dominic Smith. It was a routine fly ball. Pablo Sandoval popped it up, and it just fell right in front of Dominic Smith, which, with playing Dominic Smith in left field, unfortunately, you have to expect that. I mean, he's...
That's what happens when Mickey Callaway is your manager.
I mean, yes, but you got to have Dominic Smith bat in there. There's just nowhere to put him. That's why I don't know why there's not DH in the National League. It's just not fair that you guys get an extra hitter that doesn't have to play the field.
Well, it's something that they got to do in the National League.
Yeah, for sure. But then Game 3, Dominic Smith redeemed himself with a home run, and he drove in 2 more after that. And the bats were hot the whole game. Pete Alonso came off the bench, and he hit a 3-run shot. McNeil also had a home run. And then
And that catch.
oh yeah, that was a great catch in the corner. He's been playing a great right field. Because Robinson Cano came, he had no position. He was a second baseman his whole career in the minor leagues, and they're like, "No, we're gonna move you to left field. Now we're gonna move you to right field." And he's just taking it. It's like, all right, he's just a pro, Jeff McNeil.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty funny too. He's always got a good attitude.
Yeah, I love that guy as he just hits a base hit against the Padres. Oh, he's stretching out for two, and he gets tagged out at second. That's like the seventh time he got tagged out trying to stretch a single to a double this year. So he's got to work.
He's a little too aggressive sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got to work on that base running. But then game four, another extra innings loss, 1-0 loss. Mike Yastrzemski.
You guys had 3 extra innings lost.
Yep, the first time in Mets history where we lose 3 extra inning games in a series. Mike Yastrzemski, grandson of Carl Yastrzemski, hit the walk-off. And the balls are juiced because he said himself, I didn't think that was going out. And so did Robert Gazelman. I mean, and...
yeah, they're juiced, but it's the approach of the hitters has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, and I'm saying that sarcastically. Now, since Justin Verlander said that the balls are juice, now every pitcher is going to use that excuse. You seen Mike Minor's interview?
No.
He just said, yeah, I really think the balls are juiced after a loss to the Tigers. He was like, yeah, I definitely agree with Verlander. There's something up with the balls.
Yeah, that's true. A loss. Like the balls definitely changed a little. That's no doubt. But since 2013, like there used to be like under a home run a game for a team's average. Now it's like 2.
Yeah, because a lot has to do with the approach. Like you said, like the guys are bigger, more athletic. Of course they're going to be hitting more home runs.
Yeah, like Alex Rodriguez was saying on Sunday night is he used to have an A swing, a B swing, and a C swing. Nowadays, guys just have an A swing, no other swing.
Yeah, exactly. So going on to your New York Yankees.
Yeah, going on to the New York Yankees. Lost last night to Minnesota in a close game, and right now, unfortunately, trailing 3-2 due to back-to-back home runs given up by the Herman in the third. But other than that, they're hot still. Still 9 games up, or 10 games up in first. So got to keep that. But mainly, I'm just going to talk about the trade deadline list, and Madison Bumgarner and Trevor Bauer are the 2 aces. I don't think they're going anywhere, unfortunately.
Yeah, but especially with the Giants, how well they've been playing lately. Did you see the interview they had with Bumgarner? They asked him about the trade. Yeah, and he said he doesn't care. He just wants to pitch. That guy, and I believe him. Like you could tell him right now that he has to go play for the Marlins, and he wouldn't care, and he'd just go out and throw.
Oh my gosh! If the Yankees found a way to get him, it would be exactly the same thing as JV a couple years ago. The Astros.
Yeah, I would want to see that because I want to see him. Of course, the Giants. Cano just hit a 3rd home run. Jesus Christ, what is this guy eating? He's hot all of a sudden. But yeah, I really want to see. Of course, the Giants are hot right now. Maybe they could sneak into the playoffs. But I really want to see Madison Bumgarner pitching in New York in the playoffs.
I know he would just. Oh my! That would just be the piece they need. If they got Severino back with Bumgarner, like that would be unbelievable. Herman, like, unfortunately, screw Hap. CeCe's been too loyal. We'll put CeCe in the 5 spot, but
I keep saying how Jed Lowry is dead. I mean, I don't want to get you mad or anything, but is Severino dead? Because I personally haven't heard anything. What's the latest you heard?
He's been throwing on the field. He's been throwing 90 feet on the field.
Is he like scheduled anytime soon for a rehab?
He's not scheduled, but he's like doing baseball activities, and he says he's going to return this season.
Well, hopefully. I mean, there's no point to really like push it with the huge lead you guys have. So.
Well, you need the pitcher because
of course.
The huge lead. Yeah, we're probably going to win the division, but. You get into October and it's 0-0 again.
Of course, like I'm saying, just don't push it in the regular season and like.
No, we don't need him back like now.
Yeah.
I'm saying just get him back. Who cares? Mid-September or late September, just get him on the roster for the playoffs. Because imagine if he has his first half of last season in the playoffs.
Yeah, like you said, this maybe this whole thing is a blessing in disguise. He won't be out of gas for the playoffs this year.
Exactly. So the more realistic options probably are Marcus Stroman, Matthew Boyd, and Mike Minor.
Which it,
Out of those three, I don't know. I just think Marcus Stroman would just be electric in New York.
yeah, and then those other two guys, not bad options at
Yeah,
all.
Mike Minor's having the best year out of the three of them, but I don't know. I just think a guy like Marcus Stroman's made for New York.
And yeah, I could see the Yankees extending Marcus Stroman after if they do make a trade for him, but that's just a thing. I don't know could that could happen because Blue Jays being in division and they don't want to see their ace going.
That's true, but J.A. Happ was technically their ace.
True,
last year.
true. So yeah, it's gonna be it's interesting to see what the Yankees are gonna do because they're definitely gonna do something. Cashman always has something up his sleeve.
Cashman, they're gonna have to do something, and like I mean, I don't know, go trade for Giles just so Boston can't get him.
Right. Yeah. And Boston's bullpen is just a wreck. They have Nathan Eovaldi coming back soon.
He already came back yesterday.
Are they using him in the bullpen?
Yeah, he's gonna be their closer, I think.
Yeah,
so,
that's
eventually.
That's that's probably what's best for the Red Sox because that bullpen they cannot win anything with that bullpen.
I don't think I could. He's a good like mid relief, but closing games, I just don't think he'd be that effective. But you never know.
Yeah, you never know. He had a great playoffs as a relief pitcher this past season.
That's true. That's what I would keep him as. I wouldn't put him on as a closer though.
Yeah, as like a setup guy, like kind of like Andrew Miller.
Yeah, but obviously, if I'm picking one, I'm gonna go with Bumgarner out of all of those. But in a realistic standpoint, I would say go for Stroman.
Mm-hmm.
But Gary Sanchez really struggling at the plate this month. Only one home run. I think he's got like 6 hits and like 55 at bats, something like that. So the best catcher in baseball is having a tough month, but I think he'll bounce back in August.
The type of hitter. Yeah, the type of hitter he is, he's due for one of these stretches each year. Last year, as we know, probably the worst season of his career, probably will be the worst season of his career.
By far, I think it will be.
But that one home run that scares me if I were a Yankees fan because if you're struggling but still hitting home runs as a power hitter, that's one thing, but having only one home run in July, that kind of would worry me if I were you.
Yeah, I mean, he's just struggling right now. I just think it takes a little bit. I mean, he's not hurt because defensively he's still been pretty good. He's had a couple catcher interference, so I don't know. I just think it's July. Fatigue's setting in, so I think they should give him a few days.
Did Boone lose his shit on those catcher interference calls?
He did not, but he lost his shit on a bad call the other day, and he told the umpire, which is now famous, these guys are fucking savages in the box. Tighten this shit up. Like, he just went nuts, and every Yankee, like 80% of the fan base hated Aaron Boone at the beginning of the season, and I think maybe 5% of them hate him now. He's turned himself into a loved manager here. And rightfully so. He's done a great job. He's done everything. He's improved all his decisions. He sticks up for his players now. Like last year, he kind of sat back and said nothing. But now this year, he's like shouting every game, I feel like, at the umpires.
Yeah, last year we had our asses in the jackpot. And this year we got my guys are fucking savages. 2 great sound bites in back-to-back years. But it all started with Gardy. Gardy has just been getting himself into trouble all year, though. Unlike him.
Yeah, but
unlike him.
I love it. He's having a really good year.
Yeah.
Like, not comparing, but he's having a better year than Benintendi in Boston is.
With Judge being out the entire for most of the season, are you looking at Gardy as the captain of this team right now?
No, it's Judge.
Still Judge.
Dude, they were hot. They were good when Judge was gone, but they've basically been almost unbeatable since he's come back.
Yeah, but
he's hitting 400 since the All-Star break. I mean, people are trying to say Judge isn't doing that well. I think he's looking great.
Yeah, what a great guy Brett Gardner has been though. As a veteran, a veteran with the last guy who was on the World Series team. He could be like
CeCe, dude. Don't front.
Oh yeah, and CeCe, I forgot. But he could easily be like kind of like salty and be like, "Oh, all these young guys are taking my spotlight. I was the
But he
last guy."
loves it. He
But yeah,
thrives
he's
off it.
yeah for
They all
sure.
love him too.
Yeah, definitely a great clubhouse guy, especially with the young talent Yankees have.
Yeah, well, because he knows what that's like coming up and having Jeter, A-Rod, and Teixeira bring him up.
Yeah, did you
So
hear that story that Alex Rodriguez said when he first saw Brett Gardner in the Yankees locker room? He was like, "Oh, this guy does not belong here."
really,
Yeah, and but
yeah,
then
that was back when A-Rod was a little egotistical
oh yeah, for sure.
man.
So going
But
into some cross reading, who do you got for your
I
National League
got
Player of the Week?
Ketel Marte, who's continuing to having an excellent year over his last 7 games, hitting 500 with 11 hits and has his average up to 322 now. So he's been raking all season.
Yeah, out of nowhere too, in the tight National League wild card race. I could definitely see these Diamondbacks make a push with how hot Marte's been. Um, he's been great the entire year. What unexpected power he has as well, and what a great pickup for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, he's been a great pickup. He had an alright year with them last year. He had the pop, but not
Uh,
the consistency that he's shown this year.
yeah, no, and my American League Player of the Week is Michael Brantley, batting 400 since the All Star break, and sneakily, along with DJ LeMahieu, one of the probably the second best pickup in all of baseball.
I would say they're evenly as good because they've
Hmm.
both had the effects. Well, I think DJ's had a much bigger effect.
Of course, yeah. DJ's
The
had a
Yankees.
much more effect because like the Stros,
Because the
even with
Astros have kind of just stayed at where they were, I
yeah,
feel.
the Astros are still stacked even without Brantley, but definitely he puts them back in that contention for an elite
Yeah, because they'd
World
be in
Series
trouble
team.
without him, I think.
But yeah, it's gonna be the American League. They're just
It's going
stacked.
to be 2017 rematch, I think, in the ALCS.
Yeah, and I think that's what I want to see. That's the game I really want to see.
Yeah, because that'll really show, and you got to get Severino or Bumgarner needs to be on that roster for us.
Which Severino should be? You think? He'll probably be back by then, right?
Yeah, I
But
mean, hopefully you got him back by next month. Stanton should be ramping stuff up soon, hopefully. So, I mean, yeah, and there's no waiver wire this year. I think this is it on the 31st.
yeah, as it should be because it was just ridiculous last year. Guys were getting traded in like what mid August. It was
Yeah, I mean,
ridiculous.
it's ridiculous.
Like
Like, if this was the rule a couple years ago, I mean, I don't know if we would have beat the Dodgers, but we would have beat the Astros.
Yeah, like why even
Without
have
Verlander.
the trade deadline?
Like, exactly. It's pointless. I mean, you guys got sets for this that way, so you shouldn't be too upset about it.
Yeah. All right, so follow us on Twitter at Metsman19. Reads at 2Sides of New York. We're on Instagram at 2Sides of New York. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys.